What's up, everyone? It's Mickey coming back to you with a video. For those of you who don't know me, I used to make YouTube videos all the time, and I deleted like all of them when I was in college and was like, I don't want to see videos of myself, whatever. Also, may or may not have been intoxicated at the time, but not the point. Trying to get back into it. I post in all the groups and stuff, use IG sparsely. But we're back, and we have a second video in like 4 days because I got hit with a package out of nowhere from Brad, 867167, aka Brad Smith, aka Michael Agnew Super Collector 69. That's what I like to refer to him as. I know like we all have nicknames for each other. My nickname for Brad is Agnew 69. Call everyone what you desire though. I don't know where I was going with that. But I recorded this yesterday when I got it, but the lighting was really bad, so I'm going to try to do my best to recreate the magic. And Bradley, let me just say, you did very well. Extremely unexpected, especially knowing you, a football fan. I know like you're a Bulls fan too, you like basketball, but as much as I know about you, I know you're also into hockey. Like baseball is probably on like the lowest tier of sports that I feel like you like. So I expected a baseball card to be like the least amount of. It was one of the last things I expected. But what a great surprise! Something I did not have, and it's really funny because I've been talking about PSA 9 graded cards and how they're undervalued so much recently. So it's one of my favorite. You'll see in a second, but we do have a note. Merry Christmas, Mickey. Hope you enjoy the package. Your friend, Brad 8671, Brad Smith. Hell yeah. So I'll try to slow roll it. Hopefully this lighting does it better. And foreshadowing. I kind of like this new background for videos. I know I'm using photo booth, but like because a ton of my White Sox stuff is in like my spare bedroom home office. Super cool. I'll when I do a future video and I use my phone and it's easier to like turn the camera around, I'll try to show all of it. But it's the amount of White Sox stuff I have. It's mostly World Series related. But like as it should be. I'm 29, almost 30. Realistically, like I was at game 3 of the ALDS in 2021. No, or was that 2022? God, I get those 2 years confused so much. But the only game they won when they beat the Astros and Louis Garcia hit that 3-run shot, and they won the game like 8-1. Sold out crowd, like 35,000 people in unison chanting "Fuck Altuve." Like that, I was at Carlos Rodon's no-hitter with my dad. That was awesome. But I mean, like, I just, the World Series, like the 2005 year is unparalleled in terms of like years that were great in White Sox history. But obviously at the time I was 9 years old and I didn't appreciate the rarity of it. Like at that time I was a Sox fan, but I thought that something that happened like every 3 years. So now anytime something good happens, because I'm a Bulls, and I understand like the Bulls have 6 titles, and I was technically alive for Jordan's last 2, but I'm talking about in my lifetime, like Syracuse won, but it was 03. Like the Bears made the Super Bowl in 05, so technically February of 06. And I remember when Devin Hester returned that kickoff, like in my head, like the Bears won the Super Bowl, and they just did not. So I just cannot take anything for granted anymore. I know for my sports teams are not like the worst teams in terms of success of all time, but in my lifetime they're not up there by any means. So I will not. I just cannot take anything for granted anymore. Anyway, so 2025 PSA 9, and that's Mark Burley. And when you go to the bottom, obviously that is ink, which is awesome. And anything Mark Burley, White Sox, shit, even anything Rex Grossman with ink on it gets me fired up. I don't know about you, but anything of dudes I liked on my team, I do not care. Well, I care if you're Chris Conte. If you are Chris Conte, you can be burned into oblivion, and I will be okay with that. If you are Chris Conte, matter of fact, I will go. I'd rather like I want to I want to enact rules of the Salem witch trials and say you're a witch and like just see if you drown or not because you drowned my hopes and dreams. I swear to God, I could be wrong because I was a little younger, but I swear to God, every single big play the Bears led up for a span of 5 years on defense through the air was only because of Chris Conte. Without further ado, back to main programming. That is Mark Burley. And I don't know if you can see, now you can, because it's near the top. That is gold. That is golden. That is out of 50. That is a PSA 9 Mark Burley. Also, this is a new product. This is from earlier this year. I don't know who's grading Mark Burley cards in 2025. I assume it wasn't you, Brad, and however you acquire this, I assume you got it slabbed. But just in general, I don't know why anyone's grading Mark Burley cards. Like, this is a sick card. Do not get me wrong. But I just think grading Mark Burley in general is really funny. Eligible for the Hall of Fame again. I obviously Canerco's never going to get in. I think Burley has an outside shot. But it seems like for your PC, sure, but I feel like whoever grades modern cards is to flip it. So I don't know why people are grading Mark Burley cards. But cards do look better in the slab. I just don't want to personally pay like $20 a card or $25 a card or $30. I don't know how much it costs to grade cards. I've never graded a card myself, but that is sick. I think I have one Mark Burley auto from 2024, but I need to show my PCs. But this is awesome. This will never, ever, ever go anywhere. Mark Burley is the best pitcher, the best left-handed pitcher of all time. I know that's completely biased and not true, but I do not care personally because it's a biased, wrong opinion, and I'm admitting it. But Mark Burley, and look at that. He's twins with that Mark Burley right there. Look at all those fellas right there. 26 of them, because obviously I included Ozzie Guillen. You can see he's in the green background. On this screen, it would be to the left of AJ Przinsky below Canerco. Wait, no, I'm wrong. That's Carl Everett. Ozzie Guillen is on the other side. But, so Mark Burley. And that's really funny, because I guess when it rains, it pours. Because one of my dad's friends who passed away semi-recently had just an insane, just kind of hoarder type situation with like sports memorabilia, not even stuff with like his own teams, just like in general. Some dad helping like go through everything, found a couple White Sox things and gave them to me. And one of them, and I got this yesterday because my dad found it recently, is a commemorative trophy from the 2005 World Series. And there he is, Mark Burley. Mark Burley, and right there, Mark Burley, where my thumb is. So it's the triple Mark Burley situation going on. I did open this. I just don't want to deal with the foam and take it out, but it literally just looks like that. But on the bottom it says like made in China, like sponsored by like DHL electricity or whatever. But Bradley, incredible stuff. I love this. I love you. And you are the finest, good sir. Matter of fact, if I were to grade you, you would be a PSA 10, not a PSA 9. Much love. Keep on collecting. And the Bears are 9-3. What the hell? Like, it makes no sense to me. Very flawed team, but also, like, very promising team. I love Ben Johnson. Caleb, not the best game at all. Missed a ton of throws. So did Hurts. It was windy, but Caleb still missed a ton of throws. But he also made some insane throws. I know, like, his completion percentage is like 50%, which is abysmal. It's abysmal even for, like, 2009. Like, it's a really bad completion percentage. But he does enough. He runs when he has to. It's really weird how he like consistently makes the tough throws, but like doesn't make any of the easy ones. There's some mechanical stuff there, but I mean, shit. I mean, when we won a Super Bowl, we had Jim McMahon, who was literally, he did make one Pro Bowl, but like wasn't an insane quarterback by any metric. Rex Grossman was our quarterback when we lost in the Super Bowl, and Rex Grossman was actually just awful. I mean, the only other Pro Bowl quarterback the Bears have ever had, which is true, by the way, they're one of two teams to only have two Pro Bowl quarterbacks ever. It's them, and I believe the Jets are the other one. I think, pretty sure the Browns have had 3 or 4. Like, no disrespect to the Browns. They were phenomenal back in the day of, Paul Brown before he decided to leave and then start the Bengals, etc. But anyway, for the rest of this video...
We are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, we know we're good, blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know we're just strutting for fun, strutting our stuff for everyone. We're not here to start no trouble, we're just here to do the Super Bowl
shuffle. Yeah, they call me sweetness and I like to dance. Running the ball is like making romance. Fire. I need to learn that entire song, but like the hook to the Super Bowl Shuffle is just on an endless loop in my head. Like it's a song that you hear on the radio, but I don't hear it on the radio. I just hear it because I sing it 24/7 because I have to live off of false hope with that team. I said before the season, I don't care how good, like the Bulls are what the Bulls are. The White Sox kind of suck. I just don't, I'm a Penguins fan, but I don't really care about hockey. I mean, Syracuse basketball, like Kyan Anthony could be it. I really hope he's good. He's a raw prospect, but I like the way he plays. Donnie Freeman gets healthy. I mean they got some dudes. Bradley is probably gonna finish like second or third in the Valley again and not make the tournament for like the 5th straight year, which is really fun because in any other conference, finishing second in your conference like every year should be great. But when you're a mid-major and you don't make the tournament, it's just like it just sucks. But it's a ride, so we got to enjoy the ride. As long as you accept, I've accepted from day one that every Bears game will be ugly, and every win is ugly. Like, they've won, 8 of their last 9? Maybe even 9 of their last 10. It's insane. Like, 6 Caleb Williams game-winning drives. Like, I'm actually pretty sure, 7 of the games that they won are, 5 points or less games. It's... all comes down to the last possession, last drive. So many potential heart attacks I attempt to avoid. But anyway, Brad, thank you so much. Incredible. Hope everyone had a phenomenal Thanksgiving. Bear down. And that's about it. Much love.